What is up? Good morning, good afternoon, lunch, wherever you're at. It is the Falcons episode here on Dynasty Pylon. We are doing the Falcons today. My favorite team. So, Mark, stop me if I go on a little, if I go a little too high. Anyway, go, oh, dude, chill. Uh, I'm pretty fair on most of these teams, but this is my team. So, feel free to stop me and say no, you're wrong. But real quick, rundown of the Falcons 2023 should be interesting. The Falcons finished with a 7-10 record last year, uh, earning themselves a fifth straight losing season. So Marcus Mariota was basically the starter for about 13 games. Then he had a knee injury, and then was released this offseason. Enter Desmond Ridder, who the Falcons selected in the third round of last year, and started basically the Final Four of the last year. The good thing that came out from last year was rookie running back out of the fifth round, Tyler Algier, who ran 1,000 plus, which I think is 1,035 or something like that. So good for him. With Cordell Patterson is in the running room as well, kind of established that run game that they had. They didn't have to worry about the run game, so that was good for them. Now, as the season went, they lost 7-10, as I mentioned before. In March, they brought in Taylor Heineke on a 2-year deal, who is probably going to compete for the starting quarterback job. As of now, it's Ridder, but we will wait till see what happens. I do believe Taylor Heineke will probably take over, but if Ridder does become what we think he's going to be, he might be the starter. We don't know. I cannot actually feel comfortable with that, but because he's only a sophomore, he's only got 4 games under his belt, so I really don't know. Heineke played about 24 games over in Washington, slightly above 500 with a 12-11-1 record.
Barely edging out that 500.
Yeah. So, it's promising that he's gonna do, mid-tier level, good enough to get it. But we'll talk about this offense, and I think I'm not too worried because of what they have here. But we'll get there. So Atlanta has 7 total picks in the year's draft, as what they came in with, coming in with the number 8 overall. I think last year as well they had the same pick as well. I think, and they got Drake London there. Isn't it? Yeah, I think they did have the 8th pick last year as well. Anyways,
8th or 9th, yeah.
yeah. So they pretty much, it was just a wash season, really. Pretty, if you think about it, I guess. So then the Falcons, they ended up getting, they traded their 5th for one of my favorite corners, came out of college, was Jeff Okudah from the Lions. So they acquired him, was a 3rd overall pick from the Lions in 2020, I think. So it's interesting on who they brought in. But we can talk about the rookies now, or talk about who they brought in. What do you want to do? What do you want to do?
Well, why don't you talk about who they brought in, and then we'll
We
go over
talk.
the draft.
So obviously, hold on. I didn't. I look at the count. Oh crap! Hey, what's up? Bijan, Hotlanta. Or did you click on these? My bad. So did you or did you not? I don't know.
No, I clicked on the one just because you were talking about Algier at the time.
Okay. I don't want this to entertain, but you're here, my guy. I will take this as your hello. How are you doing? I'll see you on the next episode. I will take that, Jonathan. I love you, pal. Take care of yourself. If you're not going to tune in for this, it's all right. I get it. So, Falcons top offense, Bijan 2000 incoming, NFC title incoming. All right, so Algier has the highest PFF grade for rookie runners. Yes. So this is all hot takes. As top 3 offense, it's we don't know. I mean, look, they have the pieces for them, and it's such a young team. I can see that happening, but I don't see like if you put in any other QB there, I think this would be a very good offense, starter wise. Depth wise, I'd be a little scared of. I mean, we even like Frank Darby on this channel, so and he hasn't really done much either. But I mean, he's still lingering around. So, who do they bring in this year? Obviously, Taylor Heineke was kind of the big one. They re-signed a few of their linemen, which was previous first-round draft picks, which I'm glad we did because Caleb McGarry is really good. We also got Calais Campbell in here as well that we brought in. Bud Dupree they signed for like a 1-year deal, I think, as well. Clark Phillips, one of the rookies that should be established himself right away. So they signed most of the rookies. JJ Arcega-Whiteside, as of 3 days ago, is now added to this roster. So there's a lot of pieces coming in. But yeah, go ahead and talk about the rookies that came in, and if you want, go ahead, give your evaluation of whatever you want. But here they are.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So obviously their biggest splash, which kind of came out of nowhere, but at the same time didn't. It wasn't until like I feel like a week before the draft that they all of a sudden the reports were like, "Oh, the Falcons are seriously looking at Bijan Robinson."
Mm-hmm.
And they went ahead and did it. Number 8,
But
they got Bijan.
does that surprise you though?
At first I felt like it did, but then the more I look at the way I feel like Arthur Smith wants to run his offense, and the fact that like we've been comparing, Bijan as like a generational talent at running back. In the end, it after like taking all this stuff into account, it really wasn't that shocking. It was actually more shocking he didn't go higher, honestly.
Yeah. I'm now thinking like, okay, Arthur Smith is what he's done there in Tennessee. He's a run heavy guy.
Right.
So him bringing in Bijan, I actually see what Derrick Henry might do. I think Drake London is that type of guy that's going to be that AJ Brown role,
Mm-hmm.
and I think he's what he's doing is just bringing that his coaching to the team,
Right.
which they can be good. I'm not a big fan of just a run heavy team. I like a little bit more, diversity in the offense. But after we saw that, I'm like, yeah, that doesn't surprise me. And they didn't. I don't think that was their biggest need either. But it is
No,
what it
because
is.
you got 2 almost Pro Bowl caliber running backs there already.
Yeah,
I mean, one for sure because I believe Patterson did make the Pro Bowl, and then
Algier did pretty good for rookie,
and as was it Peanut Butter and Jelly stated, he was the highest rated rookie running back.
Yeah.
But when you got a young running back, you got a young quarterback that you're trying to, bring into the system. Who, by the way, said that it's light and day from last year as it is this year. So that's a good thing for Desmond Ritter to say. But I don't know. I just feel like it was set up to help Ritter in the end because you look at round 2, number 38 overall, they got Matthew Bergeron, offensive tackle, Syracuse, to help. And he's known as like a run offensive lineman, right? Like run stopping.
Yeah.
And you got Zach Harris, defensive end at Ohio State, Clark Phillips, the third cornerback out of Utah, and then DeMarco Helms, safety out of Alabama, and then Javon Gwynn, inside. Wait, what?
Yeah, inside offensive line.
Oh, offensive line. For some reason, I was thinking linebacker.
So like center or guard.
Confused.
Typically,
I was thinking inside, outside linebacker. So I was like, my brain can't function. But you're right. Inside offensive lineman from South Carolina. So it makes perfect sense.
Yeah. So it's I do like that they addressed, I think Matthew Bergeron is going to go in and he's going to start day one. They have he's going to be alongside with Matthew Jake, Drew Bellman, Chris Lindstrom, and Caleb McGarry also, who they drafted 1 overall a few years ago in 19. So the line is good. They have a good line, and It's the coaching that needs to establish what they have. I was hoping they'd get another like wide receiver, but they kind of did. They went after Scotty Miller out of Tampa Bay and Mac Hollins from Las Vegas to help out Drake London. So not entirely too bad. Just I was just hoping for another.
You think Patterson? Because I mean, he was originally drafted as a receiver.
Yeah,
Could he
Patterson
possibly
can just move over.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean you can. So they have everything they need, obviously, for offense. And that's the thing. So let's just talk about the offense. And let me just bring that up since we're already bringing it up. And we'll talk about these rookies as we talk about them. Let's put that up and let that go down the bottom there. So, oh, sorry, it's my first day streaming right now. I don't know. There it is. No, that's not what I want. This is what I want. That's what I want. Oh my gosh, there it is.
Depth chart.
The depth chart. So I have a 3-4. I don't know what you have.
I have 3-4 as well.
Okay, all right. Okay, so here we are. Let's talk about the offense first. No, let me just blow this up there so we get nothing but offense here. A lot of people are saying Desmond Ridder might not be the guy. I'm a very firm believer that you can't really judge the rookie within the first 2-3 years. Like, it takes time to develop. Yes, the rookie quarterback situation last year sucked. All of them sucked. I don't care what you say. They all sucked. Like like look at this year's QBs and the previous year's QBs. Like, if you're getting drafted outside the first round, then it's like, okay, well, are you any good at all? Like, they just weren't good. And we've said this, like they're just guys. They're going to be in the league for a very long time. We just don't expect them to be starters for that much longer. So they're going to get a QB probably next year's draft, if that happens. Because you have Desmond Ridder and Taylor Heineke and Logan Woodside out of Tennessee. I don't know whoever that is, but I guess they brought him in probably because he was a good backup there. I don't know. But I'm not too worried because they have so many good weapons for him. They have Kyle Pitts, Bijan, Tyler Algier, Drake London, Mac Hollins, and Scotty Miller can make a splash play every now and then too that he used to do in Tampa Bay. So it's like, and then Jonnu Smith too. So it's like, can he be that bad? Or what? Like he could. These guys should elevate him, right? Like that's how I feel about this.
Yeah, I feel like it. Like I said, with being an Bijan, like I don't think it's gonna be on Ritter's shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
I think they upped the defense because they knew they had issues there, and they knocked that out of the park. Like and then like the offensive pieces they brought in were to help Desmond Ridder succeed, but also not have to like rely on him to be good to win. Because I feel like this team is set up for you guys to score. Even if you only score 20 points, you should still be in the ball game.
Right.
You shouldn't need Desmond Ridder to go out there and throw the ball 50 times for 500 yards every week in order to win games.
No, what I'm hoping is that they are balanced because they have so many good pieces to rise. Like if Heineke plays, it's going to be more exciting to watch. Like me personally, we both love Taylor Heineke. Actually,
I do. I like Heineke.
I'm a little bummed you didn't wear his shirt though.
It was dirty already. I know.
That would have been perfect.
Yeah,
you should look at.
I was sitting there like I don't have anything for Falcons, and then I was like, oh, Taylor Heineke.
Yeah. The Legend of Taylor Heineke. That would have been a perfect shirt to wear.
I know, see it right there. I know exactly where it is too. I don't want to wear Commander stuff either. It's not like doing Commander. I guess Taylor Heineke is different though.
But it's Taylor Heineke, man. Like I know you don't have anything Falcons, so
yeah.
I don't know. I'm just curious. Like, would you even start like wearing other jerseys, or is that just not you?
Well, I would. When I was in high school, I had Eddie George, Kurt Warner from the Rams, Randy Moss.
Where are they all at?
Um, I have the Randy Moss one still. Let's see. Oh, and I have the Kurt Warner one, but it doesn't fit me. I don't know what happened to my Eddie George jersey.
Dude, that sucks. I liked Eddie George. But
Yeah, I loved Eddie George.
yeah, so the run game is established. Like that's gonna be good for a good 5 years with Algier and Bijan Robinson. Uh, there was a little news report with Keith Smith, who's a very good fullback in my opinion. He got in trouble. It was like I don't know, what is it, like a speeding ticket or something stupid, like nothing crazy. That probably affect his season, but it did come out, so he's dealing with that. But so it might affect his OTAs a little bit coming in, like morale wise. But I think by the season started, it's just gonna be like, okay, well, you messed up. Or maybe it was DUI. I don't know. Like it wasn't like something crazy that we've been getting in recent years with these NFL players. Like I looked at him like, oh, what an idiot, but it's not as bad as this guy or this guy. Like it wasn't that bad. So
Gotcha.
He is dealing with a little bit of legal issues, but not entirely anything that's too crazy to worry about. So the tight ends, we have Kyle Pitts and Jonnu Smith. And crazy enough, they moved Felipe Franks from quarterback to tight end.
Yeah, that's weird. But I mean, I guess I get it.
The guy's 6'5".
I mean, if anybody knows what he can do, it's them. So
I liked his like tight end. I have no clue, man. The only film you're gonna probably find on Felipe Franks is quarterback. The dude can play.
6'6", 234.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, okay, so I was off by any. So 6'6". Yeah, so it makes sense why they moved him there. And I'm glad that he's not one of those players like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that. I think he's like, well, whatever keeps me in the NFL kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think Felipe Franks is that smart to be like, yeah, sure, why not? I'll play quarterback or tight end. Who's your Washington tight end? Logan, right? Thomas?
Logan Thomas, yep. He's same height, 6'6". He was actually drafted by the Cardinals to be a quarterback and got cut and then came back in the NFL as a tight end.
Yeah. So, look, if you got the height and the body size,
right?
And if coaches think that you could play something else, give it a whirl. Why not? You know what I mean?
Plus, if he's talented enough and works at it in 2 or 3 years, he can put the pounds on.
Yeah, but I don't think he's gonna outdo Kyle Pitts. He'll probably
but it's also kind of a nice thing to have him there because, like, I know they passed the rule for emergency quarterbacks, but like, you imagine if like your 2 quarterbacks got hurt and you're like, oh, tight end.
Hey, Felipe,
get in there. You got experience.
How's your arm feel today?
Right?
Because you might have to go in. Yeah.
Right? And unfortunately, with Taylor Heinicke, that's the one knock I have on him is he gets hurt pretty easily.
Right. So I don't know. It's interesting to see what they have. So as receiver wise, what are they going to throw to? They have Drake London, Matt Collins, Scotty Miller, Darby Franks. We love Darby Frank just because he's an ASU Sun Devil. Mm-hmm. So we grew up in Arizona. We kind of give him that little props. So you kind of look out for the guy,
right?
Kind of. So overall, the weapons there with Kyle Pitts, I'm hoping his game elevates. I hope all these guys level elevates, especially Drake London and Kyle Pitts. It's they're really talented. The issue is you never know what they're gonna get because of the QB situation or the game plan.
But I also feel like especially Pitts and London, those are guys where quarterback doesn't necessarily have to be perfect when he throws the ball because they'll go get it.
Yeah.
They have like this huge radius where you can throw the ball, and
The
they
catch
will.
radius.
Yeah, they'll get it, and they'll work harder than the defender to get the ball too. Like, plus they're both tall. Like London's like 6'4",
Yeah, Drake London's one of my favorite
and
receivers.
then obviously Pitts is 6'5", 6'6". So
like even if Drake London was on the freaking Buccaneers, dude, like even if he was on the Buccaneers, he would still be one of my favorite receivers.
He was my favorite receiver coming in last year.
The dude comes in and he may not be the fastest guy on the field, but the guy fights for yardage.
Well, he doesn't need to be with his other skill set.
He fights for yardage after the catch. He like trucks like the first guy hitting him. It probably won't tackle him, but he kind of like gets himself up the field. So
right. Kind of reminds me like a Randy Moss with less speed. Like I'm gonna jump up and get the ball. You know, I'm gonna make people miss when I do get the ball. He just doesn't have that crazy breakout speed, but he doesn't need it for what he does. So,
all right. So let's talk about the defense, but real quick, guys, our contract renewed with the affiliation of NFLHD.TV. So sorry, Mark, it's the only one I have, but
you're good.
The prices went up, dude. But it's $100 for the whole year. Check it out. Basically, you get all the sports all year long. So if you look, I mean, if you watch multiple sports and you have internet at your home and you don't want to pay for DirecTV or anything like that fancy, our link down below gets you a discount. So yeah, check it out. I think it's cheaper than $99. I don't know. At least for us, it was, but I'm not too sure what it would be for them unless I find out whatever clicks on it. So, yeah.
Oh my God!
Thank you. You're. I haven't heard that a million times. Thank you. Hello, Derpy, dickhead. So let's talk about the defense.
Defense.
So they signed Calais Campbell, David Animata, which is crazy like that. Like Grady Jarrett, David Animata, and Calais Campbell, and then Bud Dupree,
and then like, Eddie Goldman sitting back there behind him.
Like what?
Right. And he got Eddie Goldman behind him, like you said, Bud Dupree on one side.
Yeah, dude.
That's
like
nuts, it's man. Jesse Bates sitting in the back, like they freaking.
It's a nasty front, freaking 4-3 here or 3-4. Right? Troy Anderson is pretty good. Came out of Montana, and he impressed me a lot. They got him in the 3rd round after freaking Albert Abakidi. I can't ever say his name, but he did pretty good too. Arnold Abakidi. So yeah, it's interesting. Arnold Abakidi actually had the 3rd best sacks on the team last year, so he might get thrown in the rotation. So yeah, so Carter Lorenzo's still there. AJ Terrell's still good. Richie Grant, I expect him to be good, especially now that he's learning from Jesse Bates. Jeff Okuda's there, and then they brought in Mike Hughes from Detroit, signing with Clark Phillips. Trey Flowers also came over. So Clark Phillips and DeMarco Helms, I expect them to learn from all these great players. The Falcons could win the division next year, and that's and like I'm not trying to be a homer, but Mark, I think you need to talk about, because I don't know if I'm just.
Oh, I agree with what they've done, especially like the weakest link last year. I felt like was their defense.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't as bad as like the Lions or the Vikings, but at times people were just running all over them. Yeah. And you look at what they did to address it. Plus, you had such an easy division. Like it is definitely in the realm of possibility that you could be winning this division.
Mm-hmm. Is it though, Derpy? Is it? At least we have healthy guys, so that's a start. And if you don't know, if you haven't seen Taylor Heineke play, then I don't know what you're smoking, bro. I'm just saying,
I
like,
still firmly believe that Ritter won't relinquish the job, but that's just my opinion.
I don't think so either. But it's just I see them one and the same. Look, if you earlier in the show we're talking about there's so many good offensive pieces that they should elevate both these guys to a good spot. If you don't believe in Taylor Heineke when you watched him in Washington for the past 2 years, the guy's above 500 barely, but I mean he got it done. So I'm running it back with Desmond Ritter. Yeah, of course. And so
Definitely like what they did with the secondary to get back to the defense.
yeah.
I think Jeff Okuda was definitely in a dire need of a change of scenery
Mm-hmm.
because he was like a top 4 pick for the Lions.
He was top 3. Yeah,
Top three.
He
Yeah,
was
he
the
was
third
third,
overall.
right? Yeah. So he has talent. He just for some reason couldn't materialize it in
In
Detroit.
Detroit.
So I think, and in this way, he's also not the number 1 corner either. He's number 2 behind AJ Terrell.
Right.
So that's good. I mean, your safeties, I can't say enough things about Richie Grant and Jesse Bates. Like, that's just nuts.
Yeah.
2 top tier safeties like that. That's crazy.
I mean, I'm looking at what it is here, and it's
You got Mike Hughes even behind them. So
yeah.
your secondary should be really much improved. I think with Bud Dupree, uh, Arnold, and Troy Anderson, you should be able to get to the quarterback. With a solid front 7 with Calais Campbell, Grady Jarrett, and then David Onyemata. Like, it's just nuts how good this team could be.
Yeah. No, it's crazy that all the moves they made is just.
I mean, your middle
so
linebackers are decent, but that would probably be the one position that could use a little improvement. But even
I
then,
think Troy
you still
Anderson's
have serviceable ones.
Troy Anderson did a lot better than what people think, though.
Yeah.
Let's
And
look
he's not so
another
much
one.
the one I'm worried about, but Caden Ellis, is he a rookie? No, 27.
They brought him in, yeah.
Yeah,
So
they brought him in. Yeah, round 7. He's a 7th round pick.
so
Good for him. Getting drafted in the 7th and finding a starting spot on a team. Good for you. Good for you.
Yeah. Hey, look at Troy Anderson real quick. And
No, Troy Anderson, I do like.
I do like Troy Anderson, and as a matter of fact, I think he's even good enough to be IDP starter this year. Now that Michael Walker is not kind of there, like he overtook him because Michael Walker started over him. He outbeat him, and ever since he outbeat him, he started taking from 20% of the snaps to 80%. And in the small amount of time that he actually started playing, he got himself at least 64 points in our league.
Yeah.
So he's not entirely too bad, but he's one of those
No, and I
guys
like it, but in a 3-4, you have to have 2 decent or good middle linebackers to succeed. So
yeah.
that's what I said. And I don't necessarily think, Caden Ellis is terrible, but like, I don't know. You just had like one more, maybe even just a decent guy for like a triple like rotation kind of thing. I'd be a little more comfortable, but then again, your other parts are so good, you could probably cover that up. So
yeah.
like I said,
Derby says that Atlanta Falcons be like, at least we have a nice stadium. I think I don't think you paid much attention to what the NFC South looks like right now, dude.
Why are you hating on the Falcons?
No, I love how Derpy's our main troll though. He usually comes in and trolls at the beginning and then dips. He might actually be gone already, but I like how look. I admire Derpy. I do like Derpy. Comes in here and he trolls every time, and then he swings his dick about the Pittsburgh Steelers, and then he takes off. I'm like, all right, dude. Thank you for your input. But yet, I don't even, Derpy, how did you even do on your fantasy year this year? That's what I want to know. That made me so. The other day when Monique came in and told us that we got her, and I know Michael, we basically won him his championship.
Yeah,
but just getting another appraisal from Monique was
Right.
Pretty good. So, okay. All right. So usually our team overviews are pretty short and simple. So let's talk about the schedule. And so here we are. I don't have it up. Damn it. You have it up?
It's up.
Okay. Do you? Well, I mean, I know it's up here, but do you have it like on
Oh
your
yeah.
screen?
Yeah, I would have it.
Go ahead. Go ahead and.
You got it, boss. Let's see. All right. So they opened the season. Oh my god, can we get rid of this? Okay, thank you. Sorry, I had like some giant ad pop up that was covering the whole screen. I was like, oh. All right. So they opened the year on the 10th of
I agree,
September
Jeffrey. There you go.
against the Carolina Panthers. Then they host the Green Bay Packers. Then they go to Detroit to play the Lions. Then they go to Jacksonville, or then they go to London to play the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yes.
And then you got a home game against the Houston Texans, a home game against our two teams, Washington Commanders and the Atlanta Falcons. That'll be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, then the Tennessee Titans, then the Vikings, then the Cardinals. And then they got, to me, I think it's the more ideal bye week of 11. Kind of smack dab right there in the middle.
Yeah. I mean, I mentioned I like the 10 between 10 and 13 is what I kind of like.
I like to. And then after the bye week, they'll be playing New Orleans Saints. So there you go. Mm-hmm. You got a little, Jonathan, you got a little shout out there.
Yeah. He probably left.
Right? I know he's not here anymore. And then they go to New York to play the Aaron Rodgers-led Jets. And then they host the Buccaneers. And then they go to Carolina to play the Panthers. And then they host the Indianapolis Colts. Oh, and then they play Bryant. So you're just playing everybody's team. Because now you got the Chicago Bears.
Yeah.
You got the Cardinals. You got the Bears. You got
this. So, you're just like, I
everybody.
know that I'm getting a lot of crap from a lot of you this year. So depending on how well they do.
But then they end the season in New Orleans.
Yeah. So the London game is on ESPN Plus.
Is it? Interesting.
Yeah, I didn't even know. Like, I know there's networks out there buying certain games, but it says ESPN Plus. But I'm pretty sure you could catch it on ESPN, like regular, right? Like regular ESPN. I mean, I don't know, but guys, I have, like I said, we just renewed our contract with NFLHD.TV, so so that's what I normally use. I think you guys should use it too if you guys don't have it. The link's down below. But yeah, no, it's I think it's a lot cheaper now this year for a whole year. So if you think about it, it's like $8 a month, but whatever. So yeah, Turpy says I think the Saints, Panthers, Bucks, Falcons is and with the same even records in division as last year. I don't think the Bucks are going to be any good, dude. The Bucks are going to be trash, man. They lost a lot of pieces that's going to be valued to them. So I don't see that, dude. It's going to be between probably the Falcons and the Panthers, and the Saints might actually take it.
Did it again.
What happened?
I was over here talking and I realized I was muted.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I was like, oh, we're just ignoring me. And then I'm like, oh, wait.
Well,
one can
as long as, like, let me know if your screen is black.
Yeah, I don't know what Derpy's smoking. He doesn't think any of these teams, other than maybe the Bucks, have taken steps forward. Like, obviously, the Bucks aren't winning the division.
It's Derpy, man. Leave the guy alone.
I'm not saying the division winner is going to win, like, 13, 14 games. But, like, I could see both the Saints and the Falcons winning 10 games.
Yeah. Look,
battling out for the division. Panthers right down there.
Run wild in the play park and just
let them run wild.
Yeah, that's Derpy for us.
So let's go over wins and losses.
Okay. I think they got. See, the Carolina one is going to be interesting, but I think they beat them week 1. Green Bay with their situation. Oh man, this is interesting. I think they lose to Detroit. I think they lose to Jacksonville. They beat out Houston. Washington might be interesting with Eric Bieniemy. I think Eric Bieniemy's that good that he could utilize what he has. I hope.
Dude, we should watch that game together because it's Sam Howell versus Desmond Ridder.
Yes, it will be. It will be. I know because I think Heineke will start that game. That'd be so cool if Heineke starts that game. I don't know. Washington should be interesting. Tampa Bay they beat. Tennessee, I think they beat. So where am I at here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Minnesota Vikings. God, their defense is such trash, man.
I know.
Their defense is such trash, but their offense is so good. That one's going to be an interesting one, too. Arizona, they beat.
I'm sitting at 9.
Okay. So far, before the bye week, I have 5. New Orleans. I don't know. I think they sweep Tampa Bay. I see about 8 games.
I'm at 9 before the last 2 weeks.
I see 8 games.
I'm going to say 9.
Okay. And I only because I bounced between 7 and 9, so I'm going to go with 8.
Don't think Braden's here today, so
Braden's not here today? Okay, we'll look it up.
Oh, he's been doing stuff with work.
That's fine. We'll look it up right now. Over under on the season. So let's see here. So according to
7.5.
Yes, I also got that too.
Yep, that's what I got. 7.5, multiple places.
Well, I got. Wow, that's a. Didn't even know this website existed.
And we're at 8.5, so we're 1 game above.
I just found this website today. This website is called, by the Sportsbook Nation, is called the Falconholic.
Oh, there you go.
I didn't know this website existed. So DraftKings has them at 7.5. So the overall, I have 8. Between 7 and 9. No, I'm gonna push 8. You have what?
I had 9.
Okay.
Well, I had them splitting with the Saints. I had them sweeping the Bucks just because I'm not very high on the Bucks at all.
Same.
I had them splitting with the Panthers. So that was like 5 games, 4 games right there.
Okay.
And then I had them beating Green Bay. I had them beating Tennessee.
So I wasn't sure about Green Bay.
I
think
either,
Jordan Love might pull it off, man.
But they're at home for that game, so I just gave the edge to the Falcons.
Okay.
Plus, it's still early in the season. I think it'll take a little bit of time for Love to get into that zone.
Okay.
So if you're playing them towards the end of the season, look out. But I feel like the beginning, it'll take them a little bit. So that's why I just went with them against Green Bay. I think they'll beat Arizona. I think they'll beat Indy. And then I didn't see them beating Chicago or New Orleans at home at the last game.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm going to do that day, man. November 12th, dude. Like, I always take you with me, man. I don't know what I'm going to do. Oh, this is so sad, Mark.
I know. The last freaking game we went to was crazy, too, because didn't the Falcons blow a lead? Second half?
Yeah, they did.
Weren't they up like 28-7 or something at the half, and then they lost like 35-31 or something like that?
It is what it is. So I do see that. Well, they did. Hold on. Wasn't that the Eagles game? That was the Eagles game, wasn't it?
No, I'm talking about the one where we took the picture for the background. When we the first year we were doing the show.
Oh yeah. The
We
first
went to the
okay, no,
Falcons
because the
Cardinals.
last Falcons game they just came in and just here at Cardinals they just kind of demolished them, didn't they?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because we were talking to that lady next to us who I freaking hate, and she's like, "Oh, I can't believe they lost." I'm like, "You guys suck." Like,
Yeah, that was the Eagles game.
I'm sorry, but you guys suck. So yeah, so we're at 8.5. Then you're 9 with my 8. We'll go with 8.5. We might have to go back and get this thing going with our little chart idea that you had.
Mm-hmm.
I have an idea on how to do it. I know it's not going to be an overlay, but I'll probably have to do it on a separate thing.
Gotcha.
Yeah. We'll do that after the show. So, anyways, guys, that's the Atlanta Falcons. Rise up. 8 wins should get us into the playoffs. Now, how well do we go in there? That's going to depend on Arthur Smith and the QB situation. The defense seems really good. Now that I look at the that defense in the line is kind of scary. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, exactly. Hey, yo. Playoffs, maybe.
Playoffs.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. That division isn't that good, so we might end up like we weren't that far from being there last year. So I think this year we have the chance of doing it. So
you guys started off really well last year, and then for some reason just
I think we just kept losing by like field goals.
Shock team for me. I was like, hey, the Falcons coming to play these games, man.
Yeah. We started losing by field goals and stupid stuff, and it is what.
And that was with Marcus Mariota as your quarterback. So
yeah. So I'm not saying it's any better now, but we'll see.
Yeah. See, take some notes here. 28-3 jokes are dead.
Yeah, they are. See, Derpy. No, you know what I told him? Like, oh yeah, I haven't heard that one before. Yeah, they are. So
hey, I promise you, anybody who was with a Falcons fan when that happened would never make fun of that joke. Would never use that joke. You see how devastated? He's so devastated. I've never seen Martin so devastated in my life. I just remember looking over and Martin's just like, and then he didn't even say anything. He just gets up off the couch, and I'm like, I guess he's leaving.
I left, and I don't think I said anything to anybody.
No, you just
and then I think you just chased me out. Like you're like,
yeah, I chased after you, and then we talked outside for like 20 minutes.
And then like you're like, hey Martin, remember that $40 you owe me?
Yeah.
You can just take that.
I told you to keep. Oh, yeah, because I won like 3/4 of the squares.
You're like,
you did the squares. Yeah, I was like, don't even worry about it, man. Just we're good.
That was the only good thing about that. Like, can you imagine? Like, hey, where's my $40?
Right? Hey, where you leaving? You owe me $40. What you doing?
Oh man, look, it was a bad day. It was a bad night. The year was set up so perfect for the Falcons with Matt Ryan earning the MVP that year. So it was just it's gonna sting, peanut butter. And then look, until something else happens, we are always gonna hear that dumb joke, and it's like it doesn't even like it's like, okay, dude, that's all they have on us, dude. That's really all they have. That's it. I mean, there's the occasional Michael Vick. Oh, I'm like, yeah, but he was still a good player. Like, it doesn't matter what he was off. Like, I don't know. Anthony, hey, what's up, man? We're just about to close out the show. We're just talking about memory lane, how depressed I was. Super Bowl. So, yeah, we had the 28-3 comment, which is like, ooh. Yeah. So, but they are. So, anyways, tomorrow we will be talking about the Eagles. We're doing the Eagles tomorrow.
Yep.
So tomorrow We will be here at 11:30 Pacific Mountain Time. And what time is that over there? 1:30 your time?
2:30.
Is it 2:30?
We'll get 2 today. So
yeah, you're right. So 1:30 Brian Central Time.
Yep.
You're like
11:30.
Dude, how far are you from him? Like
so
I know it's an hour's drive down, right?
So he's about an hour and 20 minutes, but the problem is once he gets to Indiana, he loses an hour. So technically, time wise, I'm 2 hours.
Horizontal on the longitude latitude, right?
Yeah.
Like how many miles is that difference? Like not that much, right?
No, it's like literally a straight shot. Just...
In that little tiny area, that's a whole hour. That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
Robert Alford mad. Brady looked like a rookie on that pick 6.
Made Brady look like a rookie.
Oh yeah, he did.
It's so weird. I read it as made too. I didn't even realize he forgot to eat.
Yeah. Robert Alford is still one of my favorite. There is a clip out there that I just love watching. You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna find this. Go ahead and read these other comments. I'm gonna find this clip and I'm gonna show you guys. It is hilarious.
And then Anthony said, "Oh, I don't even remember the score when KC blew us out of the water. You were down, you were up by 10 in the fourth quarter."
Yeah, but people bring up old stuff, and
Atlanta,
of course,
rise up, Bijan 2K incoming. Ooh, Bijan 2K. That's got a ring to it.
Earlier.
And the fourth, I'm still not really ready to talk about it. Yeah, I'd imagine. See, I just put myself in that. I'm like, if Washington was up 28-3 and then lost the Super Bowl, I know I get pissed every time someone bring it up to me.
Yeah. So this is my favorite Robert Alford. Like, I love the guy, right? But when it comes to drama, okay? This is my favorite one, man. Oh, it is hilarious. So we were playing the Green Bay Packers in it was the 2016 year. We beat them out to the playoffs, and it was the flop, bro. Robert Alford, I will never forget this, ever. He ran out to the sidelines, and he pushed him out. Aaron Rodgers got mad, and he looked at him, and he gave him like this elbow. And then this is Robert Alford right here. It is so hilarious. The best flop ever, man. You're muted again, bro.
I was like, right into the ref.
Yeah.
I was like, I think he saw you, my guy. I don't think you're getting that one.
But it was so funny, like just watching that. I'm like, dude, I like the flop, bro. Like it was just like amazing. So, but anyways, we'll talk about the Eagles tomorrow. Super Bowl champions. There you go. Done. Let's move on to the next team.
All right, the Chicago Bears.
No, we'll break down the Eagles. Talk about their moves. We'll talk about what they did. Am I a firm believer that they're going to win next year? I have high hopes. I think they will, but we'll see, man.
Not that high hopes. Come on now.
Well, it's not really. Yeah.
We'll find some way to lose it. They'll have a harder schedule this year. We'll see what they're really made of.
Yeah, we'll see. But as for then, we'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Talk about the Eagles in Super Bowl runs through the A. What am I missing here? Super Bowl runs through the A.
You used to think Atlanta is getting to the Super Bowl?
Just kidding, but I can't wait to watch our offense later, bro. Yeah. I can't wait either. I really think that's going to best the best duo back. I really think Arthur Smith is going to use both of them, and it's going to be crazy that offense is going to be nasty. I think the defense is just as I like this team has just elevated, but that's all paper though. Peanut.
Yeah, we got to see them all on the field.
Yes.
See them playing.
Even for IDP, I'm excited for these guys. So
same with the Eagles. It's paper. They look good on paper. I'm not gonna lie. It's paper. We got to see them play.
That is very true. Very true. All right, guys. Good morning, good evening, good night, where the hell you guys are at. This is the Atlanta Falcons show. Tomorrow we're going to do the Eagles, and then we'll be back Sunday, and we'll talk about our shenanigans and whatnot. And I'll see you guys then. Take care of yourselves. Tomorrow's Friday. One more day to the weekend, guys. So I'll see you then. Later guys.
Getting hype when I aim up, elevating that game up, stepping up to the competition. Only first place, and that's how I'm living. I'm winning till they digging up my grave, eating all the things up on my plate. Game face when I step up in the place. I was born and when I watched me elevate. When I watch me elevate.